Hey YouTube, just figured I'd give you guys a little update on the fluval system here. As you can see, everything's looking pretty good. These little red bubble tip anemones are starting to come back. They were dangerously close to dying when the green bubble tips passed away and fouled the water. The H. Aurora anemone here, he's growing like a weed. He's actually really happy. This is the red bubble tip split. He's doing pretty good. He's accepting food now, which is good. The rock flower anemone is doing pretty good. Hasn't really grown at all, but coloring up nicely. I put a lot of zoanthids over here to clear out the other tank, and I'll explain that in a minute. The live aquaria anemone is looking really good. Mouth is nice and tight finally. And accepted his first food yesterday, which was good. Just feeding human grade uncooked shrimp right now to them, and they're doing really well. The two bubble tip anemones here are doing very nicely, and the elegance corals fat and happy. I ended up increasing the light intensity in this tank, and I think it helped out with the anemones really nicely, so I might increase it again in another week to see how it goes. And the mixed reef over here, the peach tip torch coral's out a lot more, and as you can see, a slight green in the tentacles maybe, so hopefully it starts coloring back up soon. The other two torch corals are doing nicely. Got some sweeper tentacles out on this guy here that was hitting the Duncan, so I ended up having to move my Duncan coral up top here because I don't know if you guys can see up underneath there, you can see some shortened tentacles on the right side there. That was from the torch coral smacking it pretty good. The leather corals have been doing nicely. They've both molted recently. And the flower pot coral has been out and happy. And a new addition here, some new zoanthids that are been pretty nice. This guy here, he's been doing great, still eating the white worms and the frozen mysis. He's taking the frozen mysis a lot. He will take a little bit of brine shrimp now, so that's good, trying to give him a little bit of a variety. As you can see, the corals up here, the pulsing xenia has split off and jumped to this rock now. And then the green star polyps is getting quite large in the top there. As you see over here, back here got some decent growth going on. The hammer coral's doing well. The other hammer over here is doing well, and then this waving hand coral is also doing really nicely. And here's another shot of that other bubble tip anemone over here. And as you can see, I've also got quite a bit of coralline algae growth now. Things are starting to finally settle in and calm down, and my tank is maturing nicely. If we come under here, you'll see that this pom-pom macroalgae is just basically taking over my sump here. It's going nuts. And then the other macroalgae I have hasn't really done much. It's kind of hanging out the bottom there, hasn't grown much, but this stuff I think is out competing it right now for the nutrients in the tank. So we'll keep an eye on it, might have to trim it and give some away. Recently I noticed that there was a bunch of little tendrils here. I don't know if we could see them. Let's see if I could focus. There we go. And it turned out to be a spaghetti worm. And there's a couple of them in the tank, and they're really good for the cleanup crew. So if you ever see any of those in your tank, just know that they're good for it. Don't go flushing the worm down the toilet or anything, guys. Moving forward, I might end up adding a third tank to this system. It would sit kind of right up here, up at the top here, another fluval tank, and we'll see if that's going to happen in the future or not. Let me know what you guys think, if I should add a third one or not, and we'll see. Alright guys, till next time, take care.